All right, this video is for the triangle inequality theorem notes. This is still lesson 4.1. So the triangle inequality theorem. If a triangle has side lengths of A, B, and C, if I add two of those sides together, so A plus B, that has to be greater than the length of the third side. So no matter how you combine the sides, two of them added up have to be greater than the third one. So A plus C has to be greater than B, and then B plus C has to be greater than A. This is one of those things you probably haven't seen since 6th grade. Okay? So we're going to use constructions to determine if these side lengths can make a triangle or not. Okay? So this one says a triangle with side lengths of 1 unit, 2 units, and 4 units. So I'm going to start with the 4 units. We're going to copy this line using the compass. So on your page, put you a dot. And then draw you a nice long line. Make sure it's long enough. And then we're going to copy that 4 unit line. If you need to put endpoints so you know where to line things up, go for it. But you're going to put the point on one end of the line and the pencil on the other end of the line. That's a pretty big one. I hope these stretch to that distance. Still a little too big. There we go. I can't get mine to set like where I need to. It's jumping around. Okay. So point on one, pencil on the other. Then take the point and move it down to the point you made. And your arc needs to cross that line that you made. And where they cross, the distance between those two, that's 4 units. So if you want to go over it, you can. But that line is 4 units. All right, our other two sides are 1 unit and 2 units. So we're going to use these 2 endpoints to do that. So let's copy a 1 unit first. So again, if you need endpoints on those lines, go for it. So point on one endpoint and then the pencil on the other one. Oh, thing's stiff. There we go. Move the point. I'm just going to do it off of this one. And make you a pretty big arc. Okay. So that's my 1 unit arc. I could draw a line anywhere from this point to any point on this arc, and it would be 1 unit long, no matter where I draw it. Okay? If I drew it here, it would be 1 unit long. If I drew it here, it would be 1 unit long. That's the way a circle works. All right, then we're going to do 2 units. So we're going to copy the 2 unit. So point on one, end point, pencil on the other. And then we're going to copy that arc down here. Again, pretty good arc. And that's going to be my 2 unit arc. Anywhere along that arc, I could draw a line from this point to that arc, and it would be 2 units long. So if I use those to draw sides, is there any possibility that those 2 sides are ever going to meet to make a triangle? Do those arcs overlap anywhere? So that means that these side lengths, 1 unit, 2 units, and 4 units, can't make a triangle. So the math behind it is if I take the two smaller sides, 1 plus 2, that has to be greater than that third side. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 is not greater than 4. That's an untrue statement. So anytime you get a statement like that that's untrue, an inequality that's untrue, you know this can't make a triangle. So let's do one down here so you can see what it looks like that will. This one will make a triangle. So this one's going to be 2, 4, and 5 units. So let's start with the 5 unit line. Put you a point on there. And then draw you a nice long line. Make sure you give yourself plenty of room so you can fit your arc mark on there. And then same that we did with the 5, or with the 4, sorry. Again, hopefully these compasses will stretch that far. But you want the point on one end of that line and the pencil on the other end. Still too much. Closer. Okay, point on one end point, pencil on the other end point, and then move your point down to the point that you made. And then make you an arc mark. So that mark right there, from the original point I drew to where that arc crosses, that line segment is 5 units. So now we have to do a 2 and a 4. So let's do the 2 first. So point on one end of the line, pencil on the other. Kind of adjust a little bit there. I don't like it when I can't line it up perfectly. And then move your point. And it doesn't matter. You could do it from the other end point. It would be fine. You just have to do each measurement. So again, I'm going to make a big arc here. So let me turn where you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to make a big arc here. Because anywhere along that line gets me 2 units. So that is my 2 units arc. Just so I remember which one it is. Okay? So the last side's got to be 4. So now we're going to copy this side. So point on one, pencil on the other end, and then move your point down here to the other end point of your line, and you're going to make a big arc. Do you notice the difference between our first one and this one? So this is our 4 units arc. Where they cross, that's the top of my triangle. So remember, anywhere along this arc, from this point to any point on that arc is going to be 2 units long. Anywhere on this arc, from this point is going to be 4 units long. So if I play connect the dots here, and so you can even check. You can go back up here and you can measure your 4 unit line, and then you can come down here and measure the side that should be 4 units, and they should match up pretty close. So this side is 2 units. This side is 4 units. And so those side lengths make a triangle. So again, the math behind it. Take 2 sides. I'm going to take 2 and 4. 2 plus 4 has to be greater than the third side. 2 plus 4 is 6. Is 6 greater than 5? Okay, so that one's good. Take two different sides. So now I'm going to do 4 and 5. So 4 plus 5 has to be greater than 2. 4 plus 5 is 9. Is 9 greater than 2?
Yes.
Yep. And then check the last pair. So what, 2 and 5? 2 plus 5 has to be greater than 4. 2 plus 5 is 7. Is 7 greater than 4?
Yes.
So the math checks out. Every triangle will be that way. If you take two of the sides and you add them together, they're going to be greater than that third side. Okay? So that's it for this set of notes.